couple of days, St. Kitts and Nevis will be bustling with persons, our counterparts from the OECS region. There are two major meetings taking place here. The OECS Authority, which comprises mainly the head of governments from the OECS, will be meeting in St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as the OECS Council of Ministers Education will also meet here. This is the fifth of such meeting, the fifth council meeting, and it convenes here in St. Kitts and Nevis at the Marriott Hotel from February 17th to the 19th. The welcome ceremony is planned for 6:30 p.m. on Monday, and the working days, the working session will follow on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. We look forward to welcoming our ministers of education from the region, and so far most of the ministers have confirmed their attendance. In one or two cases, the ministers will be represented by the permanent secretaries. The theme for this conference is equity and access, and it speaks to a number of the initiatives that are taking place within education in the OECS. For example, the OECS Education Unit, they are advancing a number of initiatives. One of these, well, a few of these actually include an early learners program where there is emphasis on early reading programs from kindergarten to grade 2. A number of our teachers have been trained, if not, I think actually the majority of our teachers from kindergarten to grade 2 have been trained in this initiative, both at the private and public schools. In addition, there's also a framework, an OECS framework for continuous professional development for our teachers. And then there is also a framework for school leaders. It's a management training for principals across the OECS. So these are some of the initiatives that would be brought to the fore at this conference. The ministers of education would have an opportunity to weigh in on these initiatives, to approve some of them, to endorse, well, all of them, approve them, endorse them, give their support for these initiatives. The meeting will be presided over by our own Minister of Education, the Honorable Sean K. Richards, our Deputy Prime Minister. And the St. Kitts Nevis delegation would include himself as head of delegation, the Junior Minister of Education from the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Troy Liebert, the Permanent Secretary Kevin Barrett from that ministry in Nevis, as well as Dr. Tricia Isdale, Senior Assistant Secretary, and Dr. Neva Pemberton, Chief of Education Planning, and of course myself, Permanent Secretary for St. Kitts and Nevis. The delegations, as I said before, would be coming from all of the independent member states of the OECS and a number of British dependent territories, including the British Virgin Islands, Montserrat, and Anguilla. We look forward to having our regional counterparts here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and to discuss very pertinent matters relating to education across the region. Just recently, the OECS Permanent Secretaries for Education, we met in St. Lucia for 2 days. This was the first of what is hoping to be an annual meeting of permanent secretaries. so that we could be updated on all the various initiatives. Our chief education officers from the region, they actually meet regularly, as they are the ones responsible for the implementation of quite a bit of these initiatives. We have a packed program in terms of the working session, which would take place over 2 days. At the end of the second day, there would be a press conference held to put out to the public the major decisions coming out of this conference.